great about that, other than trying to help people who are in a state of disease.
Hello, hello, hello. It's the Immigration Answers Show. It's episode number 492 of the Immigration Answers Show. Waihori is here. Waihori is here. Rocio is here. Everybody's chiming in. How's everybody doing on this beautiful Thursday? It is a very, very pretty day. I went for a walk a little while ago. There wasn't a cloud in the sky. Not a cloud in the sky. Well, I'm glad everyone found where we were. Sorry we had to change up our meeting schedule. Kelsey, who's helping us with our Salesforce build out, needed to rearrange some things. So I'm doing the show now. Then I'm going to take Nora to the gym and talk to Kelsey then. So, as you guys know, we're heading towards episode number 500, and we're all looking forward to next week's show. It's going to be great. Oh, Rocio's working on her report card for students. Rocio, there's probably that one kid who's goofing off a little, sitting in the back. Maybe give him a little plus. That was me. That was me in Russian class. I used to drive my Russian teacher crazy. I took Russian for 8 years. I was a terrible, terrible student. And I goofed off a lot. And my teacher, I drove him nuts. So I feel for you, Rocio. I hope you don't have any kids like me driving those kids crazy. But I'll be here for the next hour answering questions. And then tomorrow we're going to do a 2-hour show tomorrow to get ready for the 5-hour show. So I want to take a day off. I want to take Sunday off. So I'm going to do a 2-hour show tomorrow. So we're going to do a show at 3 and then a show at 4. So we're going to do 2 shows back to back. That'll be 493 and 494 tomorrow. And in the second hour tomorrow, I'm going to do a presentation. So tonight, Amani and I are speaking at the Northwest Islamic Center at 7. They're going to have like a potluck, and they're going to have Arabic food and Pakistani food. It should be fun. And then I'm going to redo that presentation tomorrow. So it's a variation on a talk that I give to international students. I took out the stuff that doesn't apply to international students, and I put in some stuff that applies mostly to Muslims. So tomorrow at 4, I'll do the 11 things about immigration that Muslims need to know, but really any immigrant needs to know. So I probably won't change up the slides, but I will make it sort of a more broadly understandable presentation. So yeah, it's a warm-up session. I'm getting my muscles in, getting ready for the 5-hour. I'm starting to line up more guests. So again, if you want to be a guest on the show, I'll be reaching out, and you can always reach out to us if you want to be a show. I see people in the comments right now who I know I'm going to ask to be on the show. Daniel will be here. Daniel's coming on the show. Daniel was my first co-host. Daniel used to be on the show. And Yassine, that is indeed the flag that I got when my dad passed away. So my mom gave it to me, and that is the flag that we got from the funeral home. Algebra says no audio, but I'm assuming you guys can hear me, right? Awesome. So Algebra's got to clear out the earwax on those iPod earbuds. All right. I see one of our favorites here. Alejandra is here. Let's say hello. Hello, Alejandra. How you doing?
Hi, Jim. Good. Nice to see you again.
Yep.
So I have a quick question regarding a friend's case. So he's already a US citizen for more than maybe 20 years something. And so the little review is like he got his green card through marriage a long time ago. And at the time that he got married, he filed for 2 kids that he had in his home country. So at the time, it was a boy and a girl. So at the time, just the girl got her resident card
Mm-hmm.
because the boy, his mother never let him come here to get the benefit. So when like maybe 10 years after, he the boy asked his dad to he enrolled the military in Colombia. And when he tried to came here for like a year or 2 years, because he got an opportunity in the military at that time to work here for a while, and he tried to file the I-130 petition, but the lawyer at the time just said that because his ex-wife filed for him when he was a kid, and he said that he needs her sign to get the resident card because he wasn't a U.S. citizen at the time, and he just actually didn't want it to give it to him, and he said, "Okay, you don't need her, so just file for him." And as soon as he did it, the guy just needed the benefit soon, so he just decided to apply for a G1, a
Oh,
J1.
a J1.
Yes, a visa, a work visa. So he got it. He just spent like maybe 1 year or 2 years here, and then he came back to Colombia.
Mhm.
And after that, he got issues, economic issues in Colombia and everything. So he asked his dad again to refile for him. And when he did it, was the he got the time of the interview and everything in the embassy in Colombia, and he never showed up because
What
he
is
got
this
that.
guy's problem? This guy's a dope.
Yes, I know. It's actually a travel case, but he never showed up, and he said, "No, I don't need it anymore." So now the thing is that he already he used his J1 to came here in the United States because his dad doesn't want to talk to him anymore because of that, because he filed so many times already for him. So he's here in the United States with J1. So my friend is actually asking about if he can use any of those old petitions on his
Probably
favor.
not. No, I mean, the one was from before he was 21, so he's aged out from that one, and the other one he abandoned. How long ago was the interview at the embassy that he didn't show up for?
Maybe about 10 years.
Oh, it's all done.
Okay, and doesn't matter. I thought that maybe the petitions that his dad did for him is no case at all. But what about the petition that his ex-wife did because he was a boy, right, under 21? Nothing at all.
If he doesn't have anyone to sponsor him now, that doesn't matter.
Oh, okay. Yes, because he already just used his visa to came here, and I think he wants to stay, but
Yeah, he
it
likes it
doesn't make sense.
now that he finally came, he likes it. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, cool. And the second question, if you don't mind. So how accurate is the My Progress tool that uses had at the time?
For FOIA.
Yeah, no, I mean the My Progress tool, the new one that is actually showing you that the time is actually accurate, that one
Oh,
or not?
I don't think it's accurate. No.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I'll just check that one a day ago, and I said maybe. There's a
Yeah.
hope there.
How long did it say?
2 months for mine.
All right, well, we'll see.
Yeah, maybe. Thank you, Jim.
Hi, Alejandra. See ya.
Bye.
All right, that's our old friend Alejandra. Natalia is here. Hello, Natalia.
Hello, Jim. Nice to see you again.
Of course. How are you?
Yes, I'm very good. Thank you. It's the end of semester, the last day of school, and the
It looks like
exams.
it looks like you're in the library.
Yeah, I'm in the university. How is it? Student
Student union.
union. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can see University
Yeah.
Opera. I'm opera singer, so we had
Nice.
our performances already.
Very
Yes.
nice.
Thank you. I'm very happy to see you again. And I have good news. We did found a co-sponsor. We found. So my case was that my husband doesn't make enough money last year because of his diabetes, and to show the tax documents for 3 years, we don't have enough level of income. And we asked his brother if he don't mind to be our joint co-sponsor, and he's fine with that. So he has a good job and good tax history. What kind of documents he needs to fill
So
out?
he's going to need to fill out the I-64 as well, and then you're going to need his tax returns for the last 3 years, his W-2s or 1099s, which is the proof of his income.
Mhm.
And then he's going to need an employment letter that shows he's still being paid at around the same rate.
Okay, does he need like last 3 pay stubs?
It doesn't hurt.
Okay, great. And the same thing is for my husband, right? Thank you. And another one, another question. That's a short one. So I went already and I had a medical exam. I gave like my blood and all of the paper, and I passed it, but I have COVID 2021 and I think 2022. And the lady wrote me back that she wants, there are the requirements that we need to have a booster from 2023, 2024.
For COVID?
Yes, and I don't want it. And I asked if I can like not make, I just don't want it. And she told that there's a waiver, a spot that you can, applicant will request a waiver based on religious and moral convictions.
How can you make that argument if you've already gotten it? I think
I have the old one.
You had the old one, what?
The old one, COVID vaccine.
I'm sorry. So you've already had the COVID shots, right?
Yes.
So your new argument would be that it's against your religious or moral grounds of getting another COVID shot, right?
I see what you're saying.
But you already did it. So
I did the 2021, but I don't want to do the 23, 24.
Well, here's what I'll say. It'll make your case a whole lot more complicated. You'll have to get a waiver. They might not give you the waiver. Thank you. It might just drag the case out a whole lot longer. And I think it's a losing argument for a waiver because you've already been vaccinated from the thing you now say you're morally against.
Okay. I see what you say. And I need to also, I didn't have a chicken pox in my childhood, so I don't have any immune system for varicella vaccine. So I will have to have that one too. So you say I have to make a COVID 23, 24.
I think so.
Oh, okay. I just don't believe that it's safe anymore.
Come on, stop believing that stuff. Just listen to the doctor. It's all good. You're this close to getting your green card. Don't mess it up now.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much.
Bye, Natalia.
Yeah, bye. Have a
Good
good
luck
day.
with the exam. See ya.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Next time you got to sing for us, okay?
Yes, I will be Alice in Wonderland next semester.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Great.
the American premiere.
That Adela, who has been with me since I started the law firm, she that's her favorite story. Whenever I find Alice in Wonderland stuff for her, I buy it. And so if you get close to doing the presentation, let me know and I'll tell her. She at least maybe you can connect with her. She would love that.
Sure. I will probably call you again, or like make an email, send me an email or something.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah,
thanks,
that's
Natalia.
really great. Thank you so much,
Right,
Jim. Happy Christmas. Merry Christmas.
See ya. Yep. Bye. All right. That's our old friend Natalia. She always has good questions. Let's not have a big old shot about COVID, a big old debate about COVID. Don't need to be fighting about COVID. That oh my God. Listen, if my wife ever gets your phone number, you're probably going to get lots of texts because when you get one text, you're going to get like 50 texts. She and my son are texting each other nonstop. I turned do not disturb on. I don't know why it's still buzzing like a whole thing. Oh my God. Somebody please help me. Me is here. What do you say, me? Me, are you there?
How's it going?
Good, buddy. How you doing?
I'm doing good. So I have a little situation here. So I have my sister that she came from Lebanon, and based off the war that's going on right now, we're trying to see if we can apply for her like for an asylum case. So I just wanted to see what is the procedure if we wanna file her like an asylum case.
Is there a war in Lebanon?
There's a war going on right now, like on the borders with whatever going on between Israel, Palestine. So it's like kind of like right on the borders in the villages.
So just because there's a war going on in the country next to mine doesn't mean I have an asylum case. Asylum is I'm going to be persecuted because of something about me. It's not that things are bad in Lebanon or things are bad in Gaza. It's
Okay.
that I'm going to be persecuted because I'm an Arab or because I'm a Jew, and the government's going to do it to me, and the government won't stop, and it's because I'm an Arab or because I'm a Jew or because I'm a woman.
Got it.
So who's going to persecute her? Why are they going to persecute her?
Got it. That makes sense. Well, my other question, what would be the best way if she wants to stay here? She's already in here as a tourist. What would be a good way for her to stay in?
When
It
did
would
she
be
arrive?
marriage, right?
When did she arrive?
Like a month ago.
How far did she go in school?
She finished college.
Does she want to get a master's degree?
I mean, she would be open for that.
I mean,
My daughter.
I can hear her talking in the background. These are always my favorite calls when
Yeah. So she have a daughter. She have a daughter. Her daughter is still back home. Her daughter is 2 years old.
It's all good. It's all good.
So that's why she's trying to see like if there's a way she can bring her over too. So she did speak with somebody and they told her that she can do asylum, but it's, as you said, it's a little complicated because she have to prove a lot of things.
Well, it's not as
before her asylum is granted.
It's not that it's complicated. It's that it's not going to work. There's not. I mean, even if she was from Gaza, I think it'd be hard to make an asylum case. You got to show that they're singling you out, that they're after you because of your race.
They're targeting you for some reason.
Yeah, because your race or your religion or whatever. So I don't think that's going to go. She could try to change her status to school, but then she's got to pay international student rates, which is really, really high. I don't know if that's something she wants to do. So,
got it.
I mean, basically, there's 4 ways to stay in the United States: asylum, marriage-based green card, employment-based, but she's going to have to go back home and wait for that, or the diversity visa, and that just closed. So I think she could try to change to a student visa, and that buys her time, but it doesn't put her on a path to a green card.
And for the permanent residence visa, like for the green card, for her to get a green card, the easiest way would be, I mean, the marriage. Is her meeting somebody since she's divorced, and then that's how she can get it, right? Like to get the permanent residence visa.
As long as it's a real marriage. Yep.
Got it. Okay. Thank you very much.
See you, bud. I don't like to make light of, I know there's not a war in Lebanon, and I know that there's a war right next door, so I get that. But from asylum standpoint, I think there are a lot of people out there making lots of promises about asylum. But man, if you file a fake asylum case, they will come down on you like a ton of bricks. So, yeah, and Robert's right. It's got to be a real marriage. It's got to be a real asylum case. Can't just be filing shit to get immigration benefits. It's got to be legit. Let's see what Chino has to say. Hello, Chino.
Hey, Jim, how are you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm the guy who reached out to you on TikTok. I'm doing great, Jim.
Oh, great, buddy. What's up?
Yeah, so I get married in May. I filed all my papers, and I get a RFE notice that based on the I-85 that I submit, the I-864 affidavit that I submit, they need a little bit more proof. So the thing is, what they say on the paper was like, I need to fill it out correctly and submit the W-2 and 1099 and those stuff. So when I reach out to you, and the thing is, how much does my wife has to be making to sponsor me? Because on the paper that they submit, they said based on what I submit, they're not sure if my wife is qualified to sponsor me.
So what is her job?
She's an associate banker.
And on her taxes for 2022, what was her adjusted gross income?
She make over $58,000.
And is that true for each of the last 3 years?
So for this year she make 59. 22 she make 58, and for 21 she make over 53,000.
And how about 20?
20, I'm not sure. I think it's probably 30 something.
So you don't really count 2023 in the 3 years. You count it for when, right? So does she have any dependents, any children that she declares on her taxes?
Yeah, she have one child.
So that should be enough. You either didn't fill out the form correctly, or they're hung up on 2020 if they think she didn't make enough in 2020. But that's sort of stupid. Did you submit like proof of where all of her income came from? Did you fill out the I-864 correctly? Did you show that she's still currently employed? Did you submit her tax returns themselves or the tax transcripts?
All right. To be honest, based on what you just said, Jim, I was watching this video today on YouTube. I'm not sure if I did fill out the I-64 correctly. So the RFE paper that they send us, they said when we're sending back the evidence and stuff, we have to submit those back. So I'm thinking of I was gonna ask you this question, if I could fill out the I-864 form and send it in, like fill it out correctly and send it in.
Yeah, I think
the
that
evidence.
with all the stuff. Yeah, I think that's good. That's the thing about requests for evidence. So that I-864, that's a real pain in the ass to fill out.
Yeah.
And there's lots of ways you can make a little mistake on it. So they don't want to go through every I-864 and say this is what's wrong with it. They just have like a little 3-page RFE, and they send everyone the same RFE, even if the mistakes are completely different, right?
Yeah.
So I think filling it out correctly, and demonstrating that she made enough money with all the right evidence, hopefully that'll do it, and she won't need a co-sponsor. It sounds like she doesn't need one. It sounds like she has a good job. So
yeah, she does.
Yeah. All right, great. Thanks, Chino.
All right, appreciate it, Jim. I appreciate it. All right.
Bye, buddy.
All right.
All right, see ya. That was Chino coming over from TikTok. Speaking of, Nornator made another $100 yesterday. She was very happy. We went over 90,000 followers on TikTok. Let me see where we're going right now. We did a funny TikTok, and a lot of people have been messaging me on TikTok. What's up with that? How about that? Yeah, we're at 90.2 now. 90.2 now. So, all right. Hey, look, one of our favorite people is chiming in. Nurse Laura's. It's her last full day in Hawaii. Honeymoon coming to an end. Oh my gosh, Laura. When we left Hawaii the first time, my wife said to me, my friend Basma always cries when she leaves Hawaii, and we understood why. It's just so great. Hawaii is just so great. I miss it very much. We've been to 2 of the islands. We've been to Hawaii and Maui and Oahu, I think. And man, is it good. You just can't beat Hawaii. It's really nice. All right, let's say hi to Stephen. Hello, Stephen.
Hello, Jim. Good
Hi,
afternoon.
buddy. How you doing?
Good. I'm good. Please, can I go off the camera?
Oh, yeah, sure. You're off camera.
Hi, Jim. Please, I have a question. I have TPS and I have a pending asylum in court.
Pending asylum in court. Okay.
I think my individual hearing is coming up in February. So I was asking. I was about filing for a traveling document through TPS. So I wanted to ask if, let's say I win my asylum case in February, can I still use the TPS traveling document to travel?
I wouldn't at that point. I would apply for a refugee travel document.
Okay. All right, Jim. Thank you. That's
Bye,
all I
Stephen.
wanted to ask.
Good luck, buddy. All right, that was an easy one. Jahu Lynn's asking a question about mandamus. You know, I'm a sucker for mandamus questions. Just wanted to follow up on the response time for a writ of mandamus. Let's say the certified mail is delivered to the Maryland U.S. Attorney's Office today. How long can one expect to hear back from the Baltimore field office? Well, as I mentioned, and I think as some people mentioned in the comments, we like suing Baltimore. They don't even wait for the U.S. Attorney to be served. A lot of times they'll just get to work right after they receive it. So not even when the U.S. Attorney gets it, but when the Baltimore field office gets it. So I would say probably 30 to 45 days, maybe quicker. Jamal Hussein is back. What's up, Jamal? Hello.
Hi, Jim.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, I'm just chilling here. I have no questions, but I just sent you an email last time I talked to you because I told you my interview is scheduled for January the 2nd.
Did I email you back?
No.
Okay, Huli, we tried to track that down from G. It would have come in yesterday, and it was to James at. Thank you. All right, we'll get on it, Jamal. I'll follow up.
Okay, thank you, Jim.
Bye, buddy. All right. Our friend Varun is here. Hello, Varun. Where's he
Hey
going?
Jim, how are
Oh, I
you?
can't. Good. I can't see you, but that's okay. I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing good, Jim. The
There
thing
he
is,
is.
can I go off camera if you wouldn't mind?
There you
Yeah.
go.
I was here a couple of days ago, and again, I'm just trying to sort out my situation here, and I'm on my F1. I have applied for my GC through family based, and I'm still actively maintaining my F1 status. I've got my EAD. I got my I-130 approved. My I-485 is still on the hold, and I just want to know like what are the sort of percentages do I have to maintain my F1 till I get my actual GC, or could I really go off the degree and just continue with my EAD by renewing it?
My goal is to always encourage people, if they can afford it, to maintain the visa that they have, the underlying visa, if they can. If you can't, I understand. As long as you were in status at the time that you filed, it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
But if you can afford to stay on the F1, or maybe
Mm-hmm.
until you graduate and get OPT and work, I'd rather that. But I understand that not everybody can afford that, so it's up to you.
So would that be, I mean, like, what if, for let us suppose, if there's like minute percentages of denying my case, for let's
Right.
take an example,
Right.
and
And
if I,
that's exactly why you don't do it. That's exactly why you try to maintain the status that you have, because if something happens, then things get really messy really fast.
okay, so my priority date is of like June 2022, and I don't know, I got my EAD this year in May, and what could be my probability of just like, do you have any scope like getting within this period or no?
This is employment based or family based?
Family based.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think family based is probably going to happen pretty quickly. So, if you can just hang on for a little while longer, I would just try really hard to do that.
So right now they are looking out for like 2017 January cases, the USCIS, and my priority date being 2022.
Oh, this is the green card holder as your petitioner.
Yeah.
Got it. Oh yeah. So I'm okay with it. I mean, just you've now had the benefit of my explanation, and now you just have to decide.
Okay. I mean, on the last note, when I was on the show, I mean, you were stating that it could be maybe a couple of years. So if it takes like couple of years, so until then, do I have to just maintain my F1 status?
You don't have to. I just told you what your choice is. It's your choice. You don't
Okay.
have to do anything. Thanks, Varun.
Thank you.
Bye, buddy. All right, Laura's asking, have we contacted everyone we want for the 500th show? No, and Laura, we want you on the show. So if you could send an email, I know you have my email me and remind me just so we can add you to the list. We just started on the list today, so you got plenty of time. You can do it when you get back. But we'd be happy to have you. You've been such a great friend to all the people in the comments. And that goes for you too, Robert. But Robert knows that we're going to have him on. All right. I got another Jamal here. Let's see if it's him. Jamal, is that you or is that a different Jamal?
Hi Jim, how are you?
I am great, my friend. How are you doing?
I'm good, yeah. So, my wife is petitioning for me. I-130 is approved from Pakistan, and now I am in Canada on a work permit, and my wife is with me as well. So I want to ask, like, what she had to do, like, in terms of the NVC process. She doesn't have any job, but she might get a job offer from one of friend. So what she need to actually take care of?
So, when did she apply for the I-130?
Last year, September,
When did USCIS approve the I-130?
October 2023.
Has NVC opened up the case and have you paid the fees?
No, we haven't paid the fees yet. She's just creating the bank account and then she will start on it.
Okay. And was she born in the United States?
Yeah, she's a born citizen.
And has she been living in Canada with you for a while?
Yes, for about like a couple of months.
Okay. And what city and what is she using? Is there a house she has or what? I'm worried about her domicile. Like, where is her domicile and what connection does she still have to the United States?
Actually, she haven't visited USA for the past 10 years.
I'm
She just
glad I
visited
asked.
last month. Yeah. So
So
she just
whose
visited
address
last
did
month.
whose address did she use on the I-130?
Um, her friend, so and her father friend actually, but yeah, she was using that address.
So are you saying she hasn't lived in the United States for 10 years, or she actually hasn't even been back to the United States in 10 years?
She haven't got back to United States.
Okay.
So for the
So
past 10 years.
so Jamal, if you can afford it, I think you should hire us or somebody else to help, because there's some issues that are going to come down the pike. So we need to these are the issues that are coming. She needs to pay the fees. She needs
Okay.
to file the the DS-260. She needs a co-sponsor. So has she filed tax returns in the United States for 2022, 2021, and 2020?
Mm-hmm.
She has.
No, she doesn't have.
So here's what you need to start thinking about, Jamal. The question that they will ask themselves is, why should we give Jamal an immigrant visa if his wife basically has no connection to this country for the last 10 years? So you need to start building a case as far as what her plan is and what your plan is when you come, right? So what city do you think you're going to live in when the visa is approved?
Probably Maryland.
Maryland. Okay.
Yeah.
Does USCIS or the National Visa Center, do they know that you're in Canada and not in Pakistan?
No, they don't know right now because we
Okay.
have to change the address.
So there's a lot of issues here, my friend. You could spend you could add a year to this case if you don't start doing some things right. Like, you need to let them know that this case is pointed to Canada and not to Pakistan. You need to pay the fees. You need to get the DS-260 on file. She needs to file her taxes right away for the last 3 years, because even though you're going to need a co-sponsor and even though she has no income, she still has to file tax returns if you want this case to keep moving. And then you need a US citizen or a green card holder to say that they'll be the co-sponsor. So there's a lot of work that needs to get done before you get that visa.
Okay. But
So
is it complicated or it's easy? Like if she create the bank account and then she file the taxes and then she find the co-sponsor. So
I think it's
will it
hard.
be?
I think you would benefit greatly from having help from I mean, I don't want to be unkind, but the questions that you're asking me show me that you guys barely understand the process. Like, I think you need the help. I don't care if you hire me or not, but I think you need help, because this is a big project. I mean, I say this all the time. I became Muslim 26 years ago, trying to get men to the United States from Muslim countries, particularly of Pakistani descent. That's like one of the hardest things to do. So I think you guys have a fight on your hands, and she's been out of the country for 10 years. So is it hard or not? I don't think that's the right question. I think the right question is, if you can afford it, am I better off hiring experts who do this every day, or am I better off trying to fumble my way through it for the next 2 years?
Okay. So can you provide me your email address? I can email
Sure.
you.
Sure. Julio put it on the screen. It's info@hackingimmigrationlaw.com. Info@hackingimmigrationlaw.com. Just say, I'm Jamal. I'm the guy in Canada who's originally from Pakistan, and I need help with the NVC and the embassy.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Jamal. See you, buddy. Yep.
See
Have
you.
a good
Bye.
day. Yep. All right. Robert says, I always say, whenever possible, hire the expert. And of course, Robert hired us. So we're always very grateful for that. All right. Rocio's telling me what's what, and Raphael's joining in. Jim, you might want to create a profile in Visa Journey. People mention you there all the time for writ of mandamus. Actually, someone hired your office today from there. Juli, will you leave me a task for that to create a profile? Oh, she's got it down. All right. Thanks, Rocio, as always. All right. Hey, the waiting room is pretty open. If anybody has a question, if you're on the fence, If you're like that silent guy that we had on the other day who we liked so much, come on in. The water's fine. This is the Immigration Answer Show. My name is Jim Hacking. I'm an immigration lawyer. I'll be here for the rest of the hour until 3:30. And then tomorrow, we're going to do a 2-hour show. So we'll do a regular show, call in from 3 to 4. And then from 4 to 5, I'm going to do my presentation that I'm doing tonight at the mosque at the Northwest Islamic Center here in St. Louis. And so I hope you guys will get some fun or some information out of that. And I might take questions about that during the presentation. I'll try to pause during the 11 things that people need to know. A lot of this stuff you guys already know because I say it all the time. I say that all the time. So, some of the stuff you'll have heard before, but I think it's good to hear it all sort of in order. And also, the second thing is just sort of the basics of immigration. So we're going to do a really good primer and sort of explanation of how immigration to the United States works. And then we'll talk about ways that people make mistakes. I think you guys will like it. And of course, feedback always makes it better. So let's see what Yes Man has to say. What's up, Yes Man?
Hello, assalamu alaikum, Jim.
Walaikum salam. How you doing?
I'm doing okay. I just wanted to give you an update. I filed the I-485, the I-130, the whole package. So just waiting to hear back from them. If you remember, I'm the DACA person. I came here at age 4 with that last name issue. The last name was my nickname.
Oh yeah.
When I came in. Yeah. So we included that as other names used.
Great.
So I did have one question. I'm wondering if they will send an RFE to see, like, because I know the last names don't match. So like, how can I prove that the person in the picture is actually me? If they ask, of course.
If the person in what picture?
In the visa page.
I don't say this often, Yes Man, but my friend, I believe that you're worrying about stuff that's probably never going to come up. It might. I want you to relax and deal with things as they come. I don't think either of those things are going to come up. I think you've listed the name. How long ago was that picture taken?
When I was 4, so 26 years ago.
So you're asking me if I think USCIS is going to ask whether that's really your 4-year-old face?
Yeah.
I've never had that happen. That's something I can honestly say has never happened.
And so as far as the nickname, like, how can I prove that that's actually my...
They don't ask for proofs of nicknames. They just write that shit down of he used this name, he used that name. That's it.
Oh, okay. Okay. I don't know why I was so worried about that.
It's all right, man. It's all right. It's stressful. You just want it to go. You just want it to go well. I understand.
Yeah.
Thanks, bud.
Thank you so much, Jim.
See ya. All right, welcome, salam. All right. Hi there. This is Jim. Oh, we're going off camera.
Hey, Jim. How's it going?
We really need to call this Off Camera Thursday. That's the new name of it. I got you. Go ahead. I think he can't hear me.
Hello?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you. Sounds good.
Go ahead.
I just have a quick question. Yeah, I want to appreciate you for all that you do. You're amazing.
Sure.
You're amazing. So quick one. I filed my I-751 in May this year, and I plan a trip, to go back to my home country with my family, and should be going back in February. So I have my receipt notice and my expired green card. So I saw in the receipt notice that with that I can travel and work and all that. So I was calling to confirm, like, am I good to go?
So if you have your old green card, your extension letter, and a valid passport, you should be good to go.
Okay, so even if I'm coming back to the United States and I have a transit in Amsterdam, I'm still good, right?
You're breaking up a little bit.
sorry. So I repeat. So I said, even if you have a transit coming back to the United States in Amsterdam, still good to go, right?
In Amsterdam, is that what you said?
Correct. In Amsterdam, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, how long is your trip going to be?
2 weeks.
Yeah, you're fine. You can go whatever country you want.
All right, sounds good. All right, thank you. That's it.
Have a good day. Hooli, tomorrow's show is Friday, not Wednesday. Tomorrow is Friday, not Wednesday. All right, all right. Somebody's having a little bit of a meltdown. Please help, Jim. I'm in the office and cannot join the live call. Went to the interview for F2B and it's been almost 6 months, but no response. Priority date is already passed. Priority date for the initial filing or for the final action date? That's the question. Has the priority date for the final action date already passed, Vasif? That is the $1 million question. Rosia's mad about 751s again. I don't know why, but Rocio usually knows what's what, so I trust her. Phil's here. Hello, Phil.
Hi, sir. How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
Not too bad, not too bad. Just a quick question. So I recently filed my adjustment of status based on marriage, and I recently got my EAD. I'm currently still in school at my 2-year college, and it's my last semester starting in January. And originally I was planning to get my associate's degree at the school and then transfer into a university so that I can get my bachelor's. But I've recently started to consider possibly I would defer 1 year from going into university so that I can work and make some extra money. And also hopefully by then I get my green card so that I can get in-state tuition. And I was just wondering, is that a good idea?
So let me ask some questions. So you've been going at it on your associate's degree for 1.5 years?
Yeah.
And were you in the United States before then, or you came as an international student on an F1?
I came as an F1 in August of 2022. And I've been here since.
I'm not a big fan of jumping ship from a 2-year plan that's almost done just because I happen to get my EAD based on marriage. I'm not a big fan of that.
Mm-hmm.
I can probably live with it, but it might make things a little bit hairier.
Mm-hmm.
Not to say you can't overcome it. But I mean, I think it's likely that you're going to get your green card before next semester, so September,
mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
So I would encourage you to suck it up, get your associate's degree, then you'll have your green card. You can do whatever you want.
Okay. In the event that I don't get my green card before I start my university courses, you would not recommend me just saying screw it for like a semester or two just so I can work and make some extra money? Because
I'm generally okay with it. I mean, at that point you've earned something. You've come for your stated purpose on the non-immigrant F1 visa. So yeah, I think that's okay.
Okay. It's just something I was considering just because, as you know, tuition for a bachelor's degree in the U.S. is a lot of money, and I could save like $20,000 a year just by getting in-state tuition.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm. That was it. Okay. Thank you so much.
Bye, Phil. See you, buddy. All right. My man Michael's bouncing in and out of the camera. So I think he wants to come on but not be on camera. So we'll just pull him up and I'll take him off camera. Michael, hello.
Hi, Jim. How you doing? Can you hear me just
buddy.
fine?
I got you just fine. How you doing?
I'm good. It's my first time on the show, but
well, thanks for coming.
The past 2 years. So I have a question for a friend. His wife, he came on an F1 visa and is currently going to school and is thinking of getting married to his long-time girlfriend. But she was born in American Samoa. And so he was like just asking me, and I said I'm gonna come on the show and ask. So he was thinking if she should file for the N400 or she could file as the child of a U.S. citizen. So our mom was born in the U.S. She was born in California, but she moved to the U.S. in 2017, and she's about 24 years old. So I was wondering, it was wondering like, is it going to file for the N400 or what form should it file?
So this is for the person who is from American Samoa.
Yes.
And the question is, are they a citizen or not? Or they want to apply to be a citizen?
Yes.
Here's a great answer. Sorry, Michael, this is your first call, but sometimes I have to say this. I don't know. I don't know about, because I know she's an American national. I don't know how she becomes a U.S. citizen. I've never had to have that happen. If you want to send her and I an email, you can email info@hackingimmigrationlaw.com. I can sort of poke around with it. But I don't know the answer to your question off the top of my head. I haven't had to deal with it before.
Okay. And so if like her mom was born in the US, right? So
Mhm.
can she apply for the naturalization certificate?
Yeah, she might. If her mom was a U.S. citizen, then it's very likely that she herself is a citizen, and all she needs is an N600. Yep.
Okay. Okay. You know what? It's kind of complicated, so I'm just gonna have them email you so you
Yeah,
can, you know, that
that's
it.
perfect. Yeah. info@hackingimmigrationlaw.com. Just say I'm Michael's friend and I'm the one born in American Samoa. And it'll be fun to look up.
Sweet. Thanks. Thanks, Jim. Have a good day.
Bye, Michael. All right, everybody. As she often does, Rocio has started a big conversation on the chat about pet peeves. So versus pet causes. So pet peeve, yeah, English has so many weird words. Laura's right. A pet peeve is something that like gets under your skin or makes you mad. Vasif, I'm going to get to you in just a second, bud. Just chill. So what are your pet peeves? Let me think what my pet peeve is. I'll tell you, Amani, my wife's pet peeve, one of hers is when people don't use ly for their adverbs, like think different instead of think differently. Think different instead of think differently. That gets under her skin. What's a pet peeve of mine? One is when I have to wait too long at USCIS. Let me hear what your guys' pet peeves are. Nurse Laura says pseudoscience. Well, that makes sense. She's a nurse, so she would want people to respect science. Hooli, what's your pet peeve? Nickelback is one of my pet peeves. That's one. AJ says when someone lies. Vasif, okay, Vasif, let's try to help Vasif. Okay, Vasif. Oh, there instead of there. That's a good one, Raphael. That's a good one. Vasif, if you've had your green card interview and your final action date has passed and they didn't give you your green card, then one of two things happen. One, there's something wrong with your case and they don't want to give you a green card. And two, it's that they're confused. They're not used to handling green cards with dates that aren't current and they don't know what to do, which is probably what the problem is. If you want to send me an email, Vasif, I'm happy to look. Yeah, I thought Rocio generally liked 751s. If you want me to take a look at everything, Vasif, just email me, info@hackingimmigrationlaw.com, and I'll walk you through the time frame and everything. So, yeah, so we're getting some good pet peeves. Robert doesn't like the fact that now if you go and put gas in your car, the gas machine is asking you for a tip. Everybody's asking for a tip. Those, if you see that iPad spinning your way, that means somebody wants a tip. And it's so funny because they'll go, oh, and it's just going to ask you some other question. Like they don't know what it is. Like they don't know. I mean, I love giving people tips. I try to tip all the time. My dad taught me to walk around with a stack of 20s and just give it to people wherever I go. And I try to do that. I like tipping people. But when it's expected for people not doing much, it sort of makes me giggle. I don't get too mad about it though, Robert. Everyone's trying to hustle. Everyone's trying to get through. Yeah, cheating, taking advantage. That's a good one. Oh, Nurse Laura tipped him when she bought her wedding dress. What the heck? Oh my God. That's crazy. That's what Julia says. Pet peeves, mute when people are on mute. That's one of Hooli's pet peeves for sure. When people say they're on, people act like they don't know. Yeah. Well, Robert works in the restaurant business, so he knows that's sort of crazy. I think Home Depot or somebody asked me for a tip the other day. Delivery tips always tip your delivery driver. If nothing else, they can spit in your food the next time they come. There's a funny TikTok going on where some lady just sort of had a meltdown. I think she did like Uber Eats or maybe it was groceries. And the guy gave her like a $6 tip, which was a 10% tip. And she basically chewed him out from the front porch about the low tip that she gave him. Like, and she took the food back to the car and she said, I'm keeping it. Like, you didn't tip me enough, so I'm keeping it. Yeah, Robert knows what it's like not to get tipped. Yeah, I like to tip the Uber driver. Anybody who's hustling, I like to tip. And my dad's favorite thing, he used to like give people jobs. Like, he really taught me well. So H&M doesn't like repeated questions in the chat. Yeah, Kofi doesn't like it when people interrupt. Yep. All right, we got about 10 minutes left. Let's see what Camille's fan has to say. Hello, Camille's fan.
Hi, Jim. Good afternoon. Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Oh, those are my favorites. Long-time listener, first-time caller. That's my favorite. What you got for me, Camille?
Okay. I have a expedite advance parole, which was approved 3 days ago, since the 5th. Sorry. And now they say the document has been produced, which my mom passed. So I'm just wondering to know how early may I have it in the mail.
What's the basis of it?
Oh, my mom passed away.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that your mom passed away. No, what I mean is, you're getting advanced parole. You have a pending green card application, or is this a refugee travel
I have a
document?
pending adjustment of status, marriage base.
So when did you file the I-131? When did you file the whole case?
December 9th, 2022.
And when did you make the expedite request?
Oh, that was made on the 5th of December this year.
5th of December?
Yes, my priority date is the 5th of December 2022. And
Right,
I
when did you ask them to expedite your advanced parole?
The 5th of December, Tuesday gone. Monday, sorry.
And how did you know that it was granted?
Oh, they sent me approval notice, and then they sent me it was being produced.
Well, then it should come pretty quickly. It should come pretty quickly because usually whenever they say it's being produced, at least for green cards and EADs, it's pretty quick. I think advanced parole, probably, maybe you'll get it by the end of the year, I would think.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good that it says it's being produced. Otherwise, it just doesn't really mean much when they say they're expediting it. Hopefully you'll get it very quickly, though.
Okay, thank you.
Bye, Camille. Sorry about your mom.
Thank you so much.
For sure. Now Georgie's just taunting me. I would love to show myself on camera, but I'm in the bed, 11 p.m. here. Everybody knows I love talking to people that are like laying in bed. What's up, Jim? And then they sort of get to it. So those are all good. So we're being a little silly today, but I like that. And there's not that many people in the waiting room, so that's good too. Don't forget, tomorrow we'll do a regular show at 3, and then at 4, I'm going to do 11 things every immigrant needs to know about the immigration process. Episodes 493 and 494 tomorrow, Friday. Sammy's here. What do you say, Sammy? Sammy, are you with us? Sammy, you're on mute.
Yes. Hello?
Hi.
Yes. Thank you for picking my call.
Sure.
I have 2 questions. So my first question is I filed for my I-485 and I-131, yeah, which is travel document. So the I-485, I wanted to know like how long does it take to be approved
What was
on
your
asylum?
based on marriage?
No, asylum.
Asylum. Okay. So did the immigration court approve your asylum case, or did the asylum office?
No, it's the immigration court granted my asylum.
So those always take longer because you're going from one agency to another. Also, I think USCIS doesn't necessarily like it when a judge gives someone asylum. So what's the receipt date? When did you file the case?
I filed it on it was August 14th.
Of 2023?
Yes.
So it'll probably be at least a year.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Did you say you had another question?
Yes. So the other question is about my friend. So he was also granted an asylum, but he had a child back home. Then Actually, the child also, passed the same way to United States. So he wanted to ask a question: is this something that he can also apply for her based on his granted an asylum?
Are they married?
No, he's not married to the mother.
Yeah. So unless they're married, there's no benefits that can be conveyed.
Oh, okay.
All
But
right.
the child has his surname and everything.
Well, he might be able to file a 730. The asylum has been granted or not?
Yeah, that's been granted.
And he hasn't gotten his green card yet?
No.
He could apply for a 730 for the kid if he's on the birth certificate and everything's cool, but not the baby mama.
Okay. No, I'm talking about the daughter. So the daughter also, because the mom also used the same way, like cross the border and get to United States.
Oh, they're here in the United States.
Yes.
And that's so. Did he list the child on the asylum application?
Yes.
Is the child in his custody?
I think so. I don't
Okay.
think. Yeah.
That's something I'd have to talk to them about and sort of get a timeline on it. It's sort of hard to talk in the hypothetical. In theory, they might have been able to include the child. I just don't know if they did it right.
Okay. Because the child is in the application, so he was trying to know if is it going to affect his his asylum process based on, because he is thinking like maybe he's going to throw a red flag on his applications.
The fact that he has a child here in the United States who snuck in.
So it's going to be a problem to him, right?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Thanks, Sammy.
All right, thank you.
Bye, buddy. I just saw a really, really rude and mean comment from somebody said something really rude. I'm going to delete it here in just a minute. Yeah, somebody said to somebody else in the comments, go back home. You know what happens when you say mean things like that? You get kicked out. So there you go. Don't say mean things like go back home. That's like the last thing I want to hear on this in the chat. The last thing I want to hear on this show. I just did a LinkedIn post about that the other day. Somebody thought they were being cute and clever saying go back home. Fuck that. Tim will be our last caller of the day. What do you say, Tim? Tim, you're on mute. Hello, Tim. You're on mute. All right. Hi, Tim. Go ahead, bud.
Hey, Jim. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead. I got about 2 minutes left. Go for it.
Yeah, I have a complex situation case. I
Okay.
want to ask you and get your opinion.
Okay.
So based in Illinois, there's I'm married to U.S. citizen, but I have a domestic violence case and conviction, and it's felony. And I have I-130 approved, and I have an immigration lawyer, and I saw him and asked him, should we file I-145 and I-601 waiver? And he said, we need to wait because I'm appealing my conviction as well. He said, you need to wait until appeal is finalized. And if it's successful, this will be less burdensome. But if you right now, it's the case is dormant. And he said, it's better to lay down and just wait for the appeal to be resolved. Just want to get your opinion. Is it viable to file I-601 with the 485 or just wait for the appeal?
When did you enter the United States?
2017.
What kind of a visa did you have?
F1.
And did you graduate and get OPT?
Yes, I did everything. Got married to U.S. citizen in 2021. And
when you married the U.S. citizen, were you still in status?
Yes.
And has the I-130 been approved?
Yes, during the criminal pending case this year.
And so you filed
because we it was like a one-time anomaly and nothing like that happened. We went to trial with my wife. My wife testified, nothing happened. But due to malicious prosecution, there was a conviction, and Yeah.
From the I-130 wife?
Yes. And we are right now appealing this with the circuit court, with the appellate court.
Did the I-130 wife file for divorce?
No.
Are you guys back together?
We always together, even with this situation when it happened.
Well, what does malicious prosecution mean then?
During the trial, my wife testified that nothing like that happened, so it's not true. But even with that, they convicted me with this felony. There's no witnesses, there's no evidence, just hearsay.
So you have a criminal defense lawyer and you have an immigration lawyer.
Yes.
The criminal defense lawyer is handling the appeal, and they think that they can get the conviction thrown out.
Yes.
Okay. And then the immigration lawyer is suggesting that you wait to do the 45 and the waiver until you figure out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'll say this. I'm just, for the purposes of this conversation, Tim, I'm just a YouTube lawyer talking to someone on the phone. I would not disagree with what your lawyer is saying. I think that's certainly a sensible approach.
Mm-hmm. Understood. Got it. Yeah, that makes sense as well. Yeah,
I'm
just
okay.
want to ask this question.
Yeah, I'm okay. Thanks, Tim.
Thanks so much. Thank you.
Good luck, buddy. Yep. Timmy's telling me Tottenham drew 1-1. I heard that too. I'm sure my son's going to be upset because I know Tottenham went up 1-0, and West Ham, that's the team I always tease him that I'm going to root for, because when we went to see the Cardinals play the Cubs this year in London, they played in West Ham Stadium. So I always told Ibrahim to make him mad that I was going to take West Ham as my team, but I didn't. I'm all Tottenham. So anyway, thanks for that update, Timmy. Thanks everybody else. We'll be back tomorrow. And tomorrow, just so you know, is Friday. And tomorrow we'll do the show at 3. And I'm just teasing Hooli. We'll do the regular show at 3. And then at 4, we're going to do the 11 things people need to know about the immigration process. Hope you all have a good night. And I really like the comments where people are talking about the fact that no human being is illegal. I like that a lot. Thanks for keeping it real, everybody. Thanks, Hooli, for all their help. We'll see you guys tomorrow at 3.